Big game this Thursday, and as a former Buccaneer, I got to tell you, man, I am stoked for this game on Thursday. Here he is right now, the head football coach of the Buccaneers, Bruce Arians. Bruce, I am stoked for Thursday. I'm going to try to keep my bias out of this. I don't know how I can. Fans are going to be at Raymond James. This has got to be awesome to see the fans back in the building again. Thank you for doing this, man. This is going to be a great time. All good, man.
Everything's great, brother, man. You can feel the excitement in the city already. I mean, it's building up, and it's going to be a hell of a night.
Coach, I brought this up just a couple minutes ago. You know, one thing that I've noticed in this offseason here is Tom Brady and what a teammate this guy is. You've broached this before with me, but now he's got an intern in Kyle Trask. The way he talks to everybody in the locker room, I'm going to say this, Coach, and you disagree or maybe you agree with it. I think his greatest asset is how he deals with his teammates.
Oh, there's no doubt. He is one hell of a teammate, and he's just one of the guys. But, man, he'll wrap his arm around a young guy, a vet, and whoever it is. If he feels like they need a little encouragement or they just need to hear something, and he'll get on their ass too. But, I mean, he is a great teammate.
Coach, what's the difference between last year's group and this year's group when you're trying to find an identity of your team? Last year had to have been hard. I don't think you guys really found your identity until after the Chicago game. Do you see more of that having been developed because you guys were around each other this offseason? How do you look at this group going into the year?
Yeah, this is a much closer group, because they all were around each other. And, I gave the vets the entire spring off. They only came to minicamp. That was a long season, and it was hard. And we took the 45, 50 young guys and worked the crap out of them, see if we could build some depth. They came in for minicamp, and bro, I had to slow them down. I thought they were going to kill each other. I mean, they were getting after it.
But, Coach, isn't that really great because you're developing leadership then from within, and these guys are building up a bond now when it comes to accountability, right? I mean, that's when the coach can sit back and not have to do shit, and he could just look at his guys, and his guys are barking at people. To me, man, you're developing leadership. Is that fair?
Oh, there's no doubt. I've always said it. If you have a team where the coach has to get you ready for a game or the coach has to get you ready to practice, you're really not worth a shit. I mean, it's the players in the locker room. The players win, and coaches lose a lot of games, but it's the players who win, and they have to get themselves. And when you have the leadership we have in our locker room, I mean, we had votes for captain. The same 6 guys got it, but we had 20 guys get votes for captains, and that speaks volumes.
Coach, your coaching staff is to me the model of, of what staff should look like in the NFL. I don't think, see, and follow me, Coach, when I say this. People always ask me about diversity in the NFL, and I tell people this, having been a player, I don't want you to hire a minority just to hire a minority. I want you to hire the best people, and sometimes the best people don't get hired for whatever reason, the peripheral stuff. And what you have is somebody that's an assistant strength and conditioning coach. I try to tell people that's an amazing gig, and it's a female. Both your coordinators are minorities. How did this evolve into this, Coach, to where you have the best coaching staff in the NFL? The diversity thing to me is second. It's the best staff. And maybe it does go together and collide together. How did this come together?
I mean, really, they're my guys. They're the reason I got back in coaching. They were available. And, I had Byron. He was one of the smartest players I ever coached at Pittsburgh. Knew he'd be a hell of a coach if I could ever get him off the golf course. Todd was one of my captains at Temple, and he's one of the smartest players I've ever coached on defense. So Keith Armstrong was the captain, our special teams coordinator. He was the captain for me at Temple. Harold Goodwin, our assistant head coach, we've been together 16 years. So these are just the best people I know. They just happen to be African-Americans. Now, the 2 women on the staff, that was by design. That door needed to be knocked down. And we got 2 super qualified people. Lori Locust coaching the defensive line, and MJ working with the strength and conditioning. And she's amazing. Amazing.
Coach, 2 last questions for you. I know you got a tight schedule here. The Cowboys on Thursday, they bring an awful lot of offense to the field on Thursday. They look like they may get Zach Martin back. I know you're not going to sit around and game plan to what ifs and maybes, but Cowboys going into Raymond James on Thursday. How do you see this thing unfolding here for you guys on Thursday? What's the keys that you have to look at?
Yeah, offensively, we're expecting everybody, and the way they were playing before Dak got hurt. I mean, 450 yards, 30-some points. That's what they were putting up every game. So that offensive line is what makes them go. We pride ourselves in stopping the run and then stopping explosive plays, because explosive plays is huge for them. Defensively, they're going to be a hell of a lot better. Just getting back to a 4-3, their personnel matches the 4-3. Dan Quinn is a hell of a coach. They're going to be high energy, very simple, flying to the ball. So, yeah, it's going to be a hell of a challenge.
Okay, finally here, Coach, I have to know what practice is like here. Your defense, do they challenge you guys on offense? I mean, because, you guys on offense, you guys get all the girls and you get all the paychecks and everything. And us defensive guys on this side of the ball, we got to make plays. And, I know we won the Super Bowl this last year for you. I mean, because it was our defense. But, hey, we'll give it to Brady. It's all good. Is there that kind of banter that goes back and forth out there?
Oh, every day, brother. In the heat down here in Florida, it gets cooking, I promise you. And I think Mike Vrabel said it the best. He came in, I don't know if you saw his quote. He said, "Hey, man, congratulations, guys. Thank God another defense won a Super Bowl for Brady."
Hey, Sylvester Croom, do you know him?
Oh, I coached with him.
Oh, my God. Listen, he coached with me. He was on the Buccaneers staff when Ray Perkins was the head coach of the Bucs, and he was on that. Coach Bobo was on that staff. Mike Dubose was on that staff. All them dudes, they coached me. And I had Dabo on the other day, and he says, make sure you tell Coach Arians to say hi, because, he's got a little Bama blood in him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sly and I worked together on Coach Bryant's staff. And then Dabo was my receiver coach when I was the offensive coordinator.
Coach, good luck to you. I'm pulling for you. Go Buccaneers, and always thank you so much for taking time for me.
Always, brother, always.
You got it. That's Bruce Arians. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it. We'll take a brief time out, get back to all your thoughts. Boom. You keep it here on the National Football Show.